big day, big day. So I'm gonna hit the share button and we'll get started in just a moment. For those of you who are watching the replay, you may not see the little red live button above, which means I'm not live. So whether you're here live or not, I always love to encourage people to say hello. And always, you know, if it resonates with you, if it's interesting to you, if you wanna hit the share button, that's always welcome and awesome. So you may hear a little cherub in the background. He just went down for his nap, and sometimes he has a little conversation during that wind down time. So I'm just gonna share it. Here we go. Share to the timeline, share to the Life Made Simple group. And if you're not already in the Life Made Simple group, come and join us. That's where I put a bunch of free content. You can share your stuff in there, meet with amazing women who are very like-minded. There we go, cool. So I hit the share button, we are good to go. Hi, so let's see, oh, of course, this is so funny. I'm not seeing the comments on here, which is kind of a bummer. All right, so I'm gonna actually open up my video on my computer so I can respond to comments and see everything kind of coming in. All right, so I see, yeah, say hi once you guys get here. I see, hi Nikki, Marlene, Talitha, Melissa, Cora, Candace, Kira, Shell, Danielle, Deborah, hi, Kristen, hello, hello. I'm so glad you're able to watch too. This is so cool. And I would love to know if this is your first time here. If it's your first time here, whether you're here live or watching the replay, just let me know if it's your first time. I'd like to give you guys a warm welcome. And we'll get started. So today is a little different than what I usually do. I do a lot of sort of channeled guidance on my Facebook thread, and one of my good friends, Deb LaFlamme, who you guys know and love, parked outside the mall. It's so funny. Hey Morgan. So my friend Deb LaFlamme was like, you know what? You talk about soul book editing and a lot of people know what it is, but there's a ton of people who probably have no idea what the heck you're talking about. And it would be amazing for you to be able to share some experiences with soul book editing. And I think what she meant was share some of the benefits and share more information about it. But I took that to the next level and I decided I'm gonna do a live soul book editing session. And it's funny because what it entails is, oh, let me just swipe this over. What it entails is me going in very deep energetically with my client, and we do this one-on-one. And I was like, well, I need people who are interested and willing to go deep and be vulnerable, but live on my Facebook page. And I just don't know if that's something people want to do. And so I threw it in the Life Made Simple group to see if anybody was willing and able, and I'm seeing the hearts over here. That if people were willing and able to do it, that I would be like, okay, sure. So there are actually 3 people there were so many, actually I was so wrong. There were so many people who volunteered that I had to use my pendulum and test each of the names one by one to see who I would be doing my session with. So I've picked 3 people who I've never worked with. They should all be on here right now. Wow, there's so many people on. Hi. Hey Deb, I was just talking about you, and Anne and Kristen and Heather. Hi. We'll all grow together. Yes. So hi. Oh good. Hi Erin, good you're here. So what I want to do is just briefly give you guys a description of what is a soul book, and how do you edit it? What does that all mean? Let me know if you guys have heard of the Akashic Records. Put a number 1 if you've heard of the Akashic Records. Put a number 2 if you have not. You have no idea what I'm talking about. I just want to know sort of like my audience. Yes, happy Friday, Megan. So Akashic Records, if you've heard of them, put a 1. If you haven't, put a 2. So the Akashic Records library is essentially a massive library that contains all of our soul books. So as we incarnate into this body, into this form, in every single lifetime we've had, we have like a record of this. So that's called your soul book. So what I've been trained to do through a program called Edit Your Life Live Soul Book Editing. You get to learn all about the soul book, about what it means to have a soul book, and exactly how to work with guides and angels and masters and healers from all dimensions and spaces and time to actually go into somebody else's soul book, find out if there's any areas of blocks or troubling things, and actually not only just see it, so I can tell people, oh, here's what I'm seeing, and this is what the lifetime is from, but I cannot just see it, but I can also go in and literally delete it and put in the things that really support that person. So what does that even mean? So, I want to talk about like the different benefits. So on a physical level, like I've had a client who came in and he had really severe hip pain, and for months we were doing massage and like nothing was really shifting. And I said, do you mind if I go in a little bit deeper energetically? And he's like, sure, whatever. I mean, he's been a client for a few years, totally trusts me. And I'm like, okay, great. So as I closed my eyes, I wasn't even on his hip at that point. I had just closed my eyes and I had this like video in my mind, like there's stuff that's going to be moving along, and things started coming through, and I already started releasing energetically for him. Well, as soon as I put my hands on his hip, I literally saw an entire movie of his life, whole life, like where he was now with his wife, then backwards in time with his father, and I felt like this was all to do with his father and his mother, and he was internalizing some stuff from his parents, and that's what had kind of transpired, and it was like this whole thing. And after I worked with his guides and angels to release it, I asked if this was something we could release, and they said yes. They guided me on how to release it, and after the session I told him what I experienced, and he was like jaw dropped. He was like, I honestly have no words, because I was on the table while you were working on me thinking I'm my father's son, and how like history is repeating itself and this whole long story. And I'm like, oh, wow. He goes, you nailed it. I have no words. You nailed it. And literally the next day he sent me a text saying, I'm feeling 100%. My hip doesn't have any pain and I'm shoveling my driveway. Amazing. That was one of the many miracles that I've seen. I had a woman who came in who had something, a much more severe medical issue, and when we were in her soul book, I worked with Archangel Mike and Archangel Raphael, and they had their forces to get kind of together in the problem area that she was experiencing pain, and it was a medical issue that she was going to have surgery on, and they showed me their energy kind of coming together and forming this butterfly, and like they showed me how they were clearing everything out, and they were basically like, just stand at her feet, hold on her feet. And I'm like, okay, I'll hold on to her feet. You guys do the work, I'll just stand over here. And after the session was over, or kind of during actually, I was telling her what I was seeing and experiencing, and she just started like full out bawling her eyes out. And she was like, I've been praying for a miracle, and I asked God to show a butterfly if this was going to work. And like I have goosebumps just saying it right now. Like this work is so profound, and it's I'm blessed to be able to, I'm getting emotional because it is so profound, and I'm blessed to be able to be a conduit for this work to come through for people. This is not me doing the work. This is higher source healing. This is guidance. This is angels. And on a different level from physical, emotionally, we can feel really stuck in our lives, really held back, or feeling like we're not making enough money. Those are blocks, and those have come through from sometimes our childhood. Yes, like these beliefs that I see a lot are money doesn't grow on trees, you got to work hard for your money, women don't earn as much money as men, you don't deserve all that money. Those are just a few of the blocks that I work on all the time releasing with people. They're just common ones. But what I really do, like my ultra specialty, is using the soul book for business. So pulling through the things that need to support the clients so that they can step forward, to be visible, to really step into their power, to serve people at a higher level, to put out offers that sell out or oversell. And it's like, there's so many levels to this work that it's really miraculous stuff. So, I want to get started. I hope, does that make sense? I see there's a lot of comments coming in. I'm not getting them on my screen, but I'm seeing them down here, so that's why I keep looking down. I know that was kind of fast, and I don't mean to like whip through it really quickly. This speaks to my soul. Okay, I'll come. Don't we plan our soul's path prior to incarnation to learn lessons, make our soul grow? Yes. Is it bad to change the path? So good question, Kristen. So we choose everything. We choose what lifetime we're coming into. We choose our parents. Imagine that. We choose all the situations, all the roadblocks, all of those assholes who cut us off in traffic. Yes, we choose it all. But yes, there is still free will. We still get the choice. So you can have a soul book editing session now and choose something different and totally alter how you have your future. So there is free will. However, I do this work guided by angels, guided by your librarians, guided by all the people, your whole like posse, right? So I wouldn't be allowed to edit anything unless they say so. And I'm not doing it myself. They're telling me what I can edit. They're telling me what I can release. They're telling me what I can bring in. They're telling me which lifetimes. Sometimes things repeat over hundreds of lifetimes, and maybe I can only delete or edit maybe 20 of them. So they are the ones who are totally in control. I'm just like the middleman. So I want to get started, and I will answer questions. So as they come up, please feel free to pop them in here. If you prefer to message me privately about a question, go for it. That's totally fine. I will respond to everybody, I promise. So I had tested with my pendulum. There were 3 people, Erin, Melanie, and Lori. And I don't know if we'll have time for all of them. I want to try to keep this to, you know, maybe a half an hour of this work. If we can. I don't know if it's even possible. If you find this to be helpful for you and you want to share it with people, of course that would light me up. I would love that and appreciate it. And anytime that people do hit the share button on my page, I give them an opportunity to win a 3-card reading. So I do angel cards, and I can give you a 3-card reading if you decide to share this video. That would, of course, mean so much to me. So enough of this talking, let's get into the work. If you guys are excited to see what a soul book editing session looks like, put some hearts in, and we'll get going. So Erin, I'm just gonna have to see if you are here. So wait, let me see. Oh, 19 more people. Okay, how do I do this? Okay, so it's showing me all these people. Let me see if I can, there's so many people on right now. Thank you guys. Actually, how do I do this when you're not like popping up right away? So I'm gonna say, because we're not friends, I don't know her. So maybe that's part of it. Okay, so I can see the people who I'm friends with. You know what? I might have to friend you to to be able to do this, Erin. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send you a friend request right now, and let me go find, who is the other person? Melanie. Mel. I didn't know that you had to be friends with people to invite them onto live. And so I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go invite you guys. So Erin and Melanie, would you go accept my friend request, please, so that I can do your reading? Slight technicality, but that's okay. So, and for those of you who've had a soul book editing session, you're welcome to share your own experience with, you know, if you had like a short phrase with what you felt like it was to you, how it felt for you. That would be awesome. Okay. All right, I think, good, Erin, you accepted my friend request. Yay. All right, so I'm gonna pull this up again over here. And Erin, there you are. Okay, cool. So Erin, Now can I invite you on? It's doing it again. I can't invite you on. Darn it. Shoot. Okay, so let me see how I can do this. Because usually when you're on in a private group, you can invite people to do this live. So let me figure out a way to do this. I'm going to see if I can send you... I've had a session. Feels like becoming physically lighter, mentally clear, and so empowering. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so let me see how I can do this. Because I can't invite you on here face to face. But what I can do is I'll send you a link. Let me see, because I have on my phone right now. I'm going to send you a Zoom link. And we can do it that way. Zoom.us. Sorry for this technical difficulty. I'm going to see if I can get you a link right now, you guys. And I'll put you guys in a private group. So I'm going to send it right now. Sorry for all the... I wish I had thought of this beforehand. Okay. Erin and Melanie, I'm going to send you a message right now. And it's going to have the link to join me. Erin and Melanie. And what's your last name? Melanie? B-A-U. Here you are. Okay. Here's a link. Go to that link. Okay. So you guys go to that link. It will open up in my Zoom. And I will have you guys on my computer. Instead of being face-to-face, everything always works out, right? So now you guys don't have to be face-to-face on my screen. Excuse me. I can already feel the energy moving. So we're going to get started. All right, so I know this is going to take a minute for them to hop on. I know it's kind of a pain in the butt. You'll probably have to leave the Facebook page, like this video, to go onto that link, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Okay, thank you guys for being patient and sticking with me. I do appreciate it. I guess you guys really want to see this happening. That's good. I'm going to close the chat window. I'm going to open myself back up. Probably have to leave the face. There's me talking. Hi, Michelle. All right. Okay, so I'm going to read through some of the comments and I'll wait for them to hop in. Wow, there's so many comments. Soul book session, so life-changing, abundant with light. Yeah, Zoom, and then you can post it in here. Yes, I'm not going to post your video in here after. I'll just have you guys on audio. Can you FaceTime her separately on your phone? No. Okay, cool. So they're entering the room right now. Sweet. So I'm going to take myself off. All right. You guys there?
I'm here.
Okay. Is this Erin?
Yes, it is.
All right. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Thank you for doing this.
I'm happy to.
Can you guys hear her okay? I'm sure that you can hear a little bit. But, and my son is like definitely talking in the background. So hopefully he does fall asleep with all my noise I'm making. All right. So what I'm going to do is just, how I start every session is I just like to check with you if there's anything that's like come up for you today, especially before the call, that's like, I kind of want to get clarity. I want to work on this particular thing. And I just take a couple notes, and I don't really need any details. Less is more. So go at it, and I'll take a couple notes, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so two things that are big for me right now is like I'm dealing with some ongoing back pain, severe back pain issues.
Okay. Back pain.
Yep, and then the other thing, more in like what you were talking about, your specialty is. I am involved in my own business,
Okay.
And obviously wanting to find ways to like get past those financial blocks.
Okay, so you're in your own, you have some back pain and you have your own business and you're looking for some financial blocks. I'm just going to repeat back so in case they can't really hear you.
Absolutely.
Let's go. It's funny because usually when I do these sessions, people will give like a long list of whatever it is. And somehow they all end up getting talked about. Somehow it just always works out that way. So the first thing I wanted to say is that before I was actually starting this video, two things kind of popped up for me, which may have no relevance for you. One of them was a pink tulip, and actually I started seeing a bunch of pink tulips. And actually I'm getting chills, and I feel like it's sort of kind of connected to somebody maybe who has passed. But and then there was something around marriage and holding hands, like a partnership.
Okay.
So I'm going to just go in, and what I'm going to do is just close my eyes. That's where I do my work from. I'm very much clairvoyant, so I do most of my work with my eyes closed. So feel free to interrupt me or chime in or validate or whatever. Just feel like it's a conversation. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get quiet and close my eyes and get in a little bit deeper. Okay, and I call in all of Erin's highest guidance, her highest angels and masters, her highest teachers, her highest archangels and guides to be with us, allowing for Erin to receive all that she requires from this session, tapping into new levels of clarity, alignment, and ascension, allowing for her to release anything that no longer serves her in this space, attracting all the support that she requires. Okay. So where do we want to begin? Okay, so we're going to start with the back pain. All right, so there's this ball that I'm seeing. It's like a purpley round ball. So what is this ball? Sorry, my dog just walked in the room. He's like, what are you doing? Energy work? Cool. All my dogs like sit around me when I do this work. You're distracting me from water. Okay, so, all right. So I'm seeing this purpley blue ball. Okay, so it's starting at your lower back and it's kind of coming up. Yes? Okay. This has been happening for a while.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm starting to get chills. Is it related to pregnancy or birth of any kind? No. Okay, so there's something that's like something shifted, like a big shift in your life, and that's when it started to happen. My dog is drinking like a ton of water right now. Could you stop, please?
Sorry, I didn't hear you. You froze for a minute there.
Oh, I said my dog was drinking a lot of water. No.
Before that.
Oh.
Froze before that.
Oh, sorry. He's still drinking water as I'm trying to get. What I said before that was it feels like there was like a big life event, and
Yes.
yeah, okay.
It was.
Okay, so now they're bringing me right into my heart. I'm getting like full on chills. So I'm feeling like a lot of sadness.
Absolutely.
Could somebody that you knew really closely or was very close with pass? There's somebody, it's like, it's so heavy. It's so heavy. What would happen?
It was work related.
Work related, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that's what they're bringing me to. Like, they show me the pain, they show how it kind of lifts up. They're saying it's like a big life event, and then they bring me right into my heart. So I'm kind of feeling what your body feels. My body tends to interpret information in different ways. That's just one of them. And if I'm wrong, you can just tell me. That's okay. It doesn't hurt my feelings. So now the other dog is drinking. That's great. So, all right, so let's go back in. Is there anything that we need to release in Erin's body? Okay, so we're going to start with the trauma. Okay, now they're bringing me back to you 3, 4 years old. Okay. Is everybody done drinking water now? Thank you. Seriously. It's like I'm sure I have, what is it, ADHD, and like the drinking, I'm like, what? So, okay. So let's go into this trauma from 3 to 4. Okay, so we're going to start clearing around age 3 to 4. Where are we starting? We're actually starting around the back of your head. Okay. All right, so we're starting to clear in there. Interesting. There's a really, there's a guide who just afforded, he kind of reminds me of Archangel Metatron, but he's white. Metatron usually comes to me dark, but he's like really, really tall. Okay, so he's going to come in and assist. All right, so we're going to start with the back of your head, clearing that. And part of what I do, I've been doing polarity therapy as an energy modality for 17 years. So part of this kind of all like happens at the same time. So energy clearing in addition to the soul book editing. So we're going to do a little bit of a clearing for your full chakra and energetic system. Okay, clearing the back of the head. Okay, so they're taking me back actually from the back of the head. Okay, so there's a bit of a trauma from a past life, so we're just clearing that off. It just feels like getting kind of socked in the back of the head, which could come into this lifetime. What they're saying is like trust issues, like you don't know who you can trust, and she's smiling. She's like, uh-huh. Exactly. So that's the thing, is like, you just always have it. You don't even know why. You're like, whatever, people suck and they're not trustworthy. But really, you were treated poorly in a past life. And you're like, okay, fine. I will not trust people because I didn't see that coming. So therefore, in this lifetime, guess what? I don't trust you. All right, so we're going to clear that trust part from the back of the head, that lifetime. Is there any other lifetimes associated with this? Yeah, so there's 5 other lifetimes associated with the same kind of trauma. So we're going to head and clear that. We're going to head and clear that. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and clear that. What needs to come in? It's just like a wave washing over, and it's this beautiful, like the lightest tealy blue, like ocean wave kind of clearing off. You can just take some nice deep breaths, clearing actually down your body. It's going down your back now. Okay. So we're clearing it down your back. And it's starting to open you up intuitively too. Somehow it was connected to like a little bit of a blockage up here with like thoughts kind of jumbling up. Your intuition, not really, you can't really trust that either. So it's clearing kind of multiple levels. All right, so let's take that out, bring in. Okay, let's go back. Now they're bringing me back to the lower back. Stuck in the mud. They just said stuck in the mud. Okay. Okay, so let's go in a little bit deeper. They're actually taking me into your spinal column, into each of the vertebrae. So we're just going to send some healing around each one. I feel like there's somebody who's coming in. Bring that all the way down. Okay. All the way through and getting each of the nerves, because I feel like there's a tendency for them to get a little compromised, like a little pinchy. Like,
you're absolutely right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And have you had bulging discs?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we're just, like, I know I'm going slowly, each one by one. Now my son's like, I'm crying because I'm so tired. Okay. I'm going to send him some healing. Just send his own guidance. Like, could you take care of him? Sometimes. Okay, good. So we're going down. Just taking some nice deep breaths in. And what they're saying for you to say is, I'm unwilling to accept any more pain. Like, I'm unwilling to accept any more pain.
I am unwilling to accept any more pain.
I'm allowing this to leave my body now.
I'm allowing this to leave my body now.
And I'm opening up for healing.
And I'm opening up for healing.
Good. Good. Let that rush come through. I can feel it in my legs. It's opening up all that energy pathways that have been stuck. Good. Let it all through. Open up. Like it's like all of a sudden like a hose like gushing through. Good. Let it all come through. Excellent. Releasing any of that stuff around the spinal column. And then there's some cords. Cords to mom. Okay. So we're actually going to go ahead. I work with Archangel Michael to release cords. So I'm going to call on Archangel Michael to come in and release this cord. So it's wrapped around that lower L5.
Absolutely right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and uncoil that. Uncoil that. Thank you. All right. Pull that out. All right, so we're gonna actually go back and we're gonna pull in some higher levels of love. Okay, so I'm calling in actually the gemstone citrine just came in, and
my birthstone.
No, it's your birthstone. Oh my god, blowing my mind.
And mine.
So like I do this every day, but every time like there's still stuff that like goes, oh my god. So, okay, so we're bringing that in, citrine, and then rose quartz, and now a smoky quartz. So it's like these little bits will just help to soothe that area. Okay, Archangel Michael. So, what is that called? Like, the tail, that lizard with the tail that goes like this. Not a gecko, iguana. Like an iguana tail. Like that's what I'm seeing around that part of your spinal column. And it's like, it feels like it's related to mom. Like she's holding on to this part of you. And it's like she's having trouble like letting go. So I just want to send her some love and giving her permission because she's draining some of your energy. Okay.
My mom?
It's like this little hook. So we're just going to let go with love. So what I want you to imagine is, you can even put your hands on your back or just imagine your hands on your back. Almost like, okay, so they're giving me this visual. When my son tries to grab my glasses, you know, his little claw is like this. And I have to like gently pry it off, but with love, right? It's that visual. So that's the kind of tenderness I want you to almost go in. Almost like that's her hand, and just gently pry it off and like take it off with love. And just hold it in your hands for a minute. And that tulip is actually coming in to give to her, to hold on to her. Okay. It's like, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for never wanting to watch me fall. Thank you for loving on me. Thank you for always being my backbone when I couldn't have one. Okay? Yes. She's giving you that strength. But you are lifting your energy up so much that it actually doesn't serve you anymore. So we're just setting it off with love. And so I'm getting like full on like face chills everywhere. So this is really nice. Let it go with love. Good. Good. Now that healing can come into the other part. Right into L4, in between L4 and L5, all the way down through sacrum.
Yes, those are my spots.
Yep. Yay. All right, so get them all the way down. Good. And just allowing that to go in. So we're going to call in all the most amazing gels, harmonics, anything that needs to come in to support Erin and her spinal column to feel really full of life and vitality, to help her feel fully supported, to give her that strength again. Good. Clearing all your chakras up and down. Crown, third, throat, heart, third chakra, second base. Clear all the way out through the auric field. Good. All right, is there any information that Erin required? You know that that little phrase from Winnie the Pooh, you're stronger than you think, you're braver than you seem, whatever. I'm jumbling it, but I'm getting that you're stronger than you think you are, you're brave. I don't know how it goes, but that's coming in for you, and it's reminding you, like, this is a fresh start.
Yes.
Who you were 5 minutes ago is not who you are right now. So take that little nugget of power, kind of like, you know, when people said a New Year's resolution, but this is like actually 1,000 times better, because you get to have a fresh start. You get to have a fresh start for your own healing. Like, the things that never worked before may suddenly work. Your back might feel like a different sense of freedom. You need to start tuning into your spinal column and asking, what supports me today? Whether it's some gentle stretching, whether it's walking, whether it's, you know, lifting your arms up, whether it's hanging, whether it's feet up the wall. You need to tune into your spinal column. It's like, I'm trying to get your attention, Erin. Can you please, like, I'd like to talk to you now. So almost like it's another part of you, but check in, because it's, so they're saying like 3 months, it's going to be a process. So if you can know, like, I know for myself, if I'm like driving the car, I know it's going to take 4 hours to get there. You kind of paced yourself energetically, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
If you know there's like a 3-month container that this energy integration is happening, and you have to be really conscious of it and do things that are really for you, and being supporting it, being mindful of, you know, activities that might sound like really fun, but is it going to be great for your back? I'm seeing apple picking, because we're getting into the fall season. It's like, that might be super fun for like 10 minutes, but don't go crazy and like go to the whole orchard or something like that. Like, really,
yeah, kind of honoring it.
Honor your body. Exactly. So is there any other information that Erin required? You know exactly what to do. Have you been to PT with it? Yeah, so get those exercises out and do the ones that you're called to do. Trust in your heart. The ones that are calling to you are the ones that your back really needs. And you can even go through it, like look at the list and just feel in your back, like, is this a yes or a no? You can get a pendulum, because when you get a pendulum, you can swing it and say, is this the one? Is this the one? Is this the one? And you can test to see which one tests strongest for you too. If you don't already have the crystals that I mentioned, I would definitely recommend getting them.
So that was
citrine,
rose quartz and smoky quartz.
Yeah. Okay. Good memory. And I know I wanted to keep this short, so this is like a very abbreviated version. We just did the one thing, but what I will be doing after this call is over. And are you Melanie?
I'm here.
Hi, Melanie. This is the best part of working with people I don't know. I'm like, who are you? I only sent the link to 2 people, so it's really, the odds are pretty good that you're Melanie. So for both of you, it's good to hear. I will repeat it again, but after the session is over, I will be putting a crystal. I'll be programming a crystal for each of you in my healing grid. So you'll be receiving healing long after this call is over, until the crystal says, yes, I'm done working for her. Cool? You're welcome. It's my pleasure. So thank you for being so open and willing. This is really like, I don't know why I didn't think that anybody would want to do this, but I was clearly very wrong. So thank you. And I would say I would send you a recording because I usually say that at the end of my calls, but you have it on Facebook now. So,
and it was very validating for me. Like it was just spot on that you were even hitting the discs that I'm struggling with correctly. L4, L5, S1. Boom.
Thank you. Well, for those of you who didn't hear, she said she said it was very validating that I hit it on the nose. L4, L5, and S1. Those are the vertebrae that she's been having difficulty with. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. So Melanie, it's your turn. So I'm just going to clear my energy. I'm going to say thank you to Erin. And Erin, if you want to come back onto the Facebook, you're welcome to do that if you like to. So
thank you, Emily.
You're welcome. And I'm just going to close really quickly because I'm feeling your guides are like, hey, wait a second. So I want to give great gratitude for all of Erin's guides, for their work, their wisdom, their messages. Thank you so much for the work that you've provided for her, for the support and the love, allowing for her to feel fully balanced in this ascension. Thank you, and so be it. Okay. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure. All right, Melanie. So I'm just going to clear for a second. Okay, Melanie. So, same kind of thing. I don't know if you heard me talking with Erin at the beginning about, is there a particular issue or that you've kind of been thinking about that's come up for you before this?
I've went through a lot of change in the last couple of years, personally and whatnot. I have sciatica nerve kind of bugging me, some foot issues. I'm dabbling in what energy healing that I should go with. I'm feeling very drawn to animals, horses, dogs, and I just trying to figure out what I can do to create healing for me, for them, for people that love being around them, that can benefit their lives.
Okay. I feel really drawn to talk about the energy healing component. And, excuse me, so you may hear me burp a little bit. That's how I can start to feel energy moving. Sometimes I'll yawn when a lot of energy is coming through. It's just my body's way of kind of interpreting. So I feel really drawn to the cards for some reason. So I'm just going to pull a card and I'm going to put it aside and we'll look at it in a little bit. I feel really drawn to the energy healing with animals and horses and dogs. Are you already doing any of this work, or is it something that you've just kind of been thinking about?
I haven't. We've kind of brought our horses out to a youth program, and the kids were just around them, and it was very uplifting for me and for them, and to see what change in their life it makes. And so I'm just...
You've done this before, actually. I'm seeing you doing this before. You've already done it before. I'm getting full-on chills. You've done this before. You've done this kind of healing work before. Did you remember doing anything when you went there? Like, did you remember... Like, did it feel like deja vu? Like, when you're with...
I don't know if I felt deja vu. I just felt very uplifted, and the parents' messages after were so sincere of how life-changing it may be for kids. We don't realize the impact. Yeah, it is life-changing for kids. So,
if anybody didn't hear her, Melanie was talking about going to visit with horses with her kids and just talk about the impact and potentially doing some kind of energy healing with horses and with dogs. As in,
possibly, I've seen a course advertised in Arizona that is kind of calling to me.
Okay. Access
consciousness, horses, and I'm just...
Oh yeah.
Great direction, or
Yeah. Okay, so have you ever heard of Access Consciousness before? Anybody on here, if you've never heard of Access Consciousness or Access Bars, look it up. It's amazing stuff. I actually don't have the comments coming through right here, which is a blessing because I'd probably get super distracted. So I'm going to have to go back later. So if you guys have questions or comments or anything, I will look at them after this is done. But I'm not seeing them here, which is actually a really good thing. So do you live in Arizona now?
No, I'm in Canada.
You're in Canada. Oh, no, I can hear your accent. Okay. All right. So, okay. And now my back is bothering me again. Okay. So, No, that's not yours. Okay. That's my own. That's my own back. So I always have to check in, like, is it mine or is it theirs? No matter where it is in my body. But I want to go into this a little bit because I feel like you've been here before. You've done this before in a past life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close my eyes, kind of go in a little bit deeper, check in, and see kind of what starts to come up. And there's a little bit of, my stomach is kind of like, so if you're nervous at all, just relax. Just take a couple deep breaths. Okay. I know this is like new stuff for most people, and it's like, what does she see? I had one of my girlfriends the other day, we were at the beach, and she's like, so you're like psychic. Can you like read my mind? I'm like, no, I'm not trying to either, but valid question, because I used to think that whenever I was around psychics, they could like read my mind. And I'm like, oh my God. All right, so I'm just gonna go in and connect. So give me a moment, please. And I call in all of Melanie's highest guidance, her highest angels and archangels, her highest guidance, her highest teachers and masters to come forward, allowing for Melanie to receive all that she requires from this session, receiving new levels of inspiration, clarity, discernment, and focus, allowing her to release anything that no longer serves her in this lifetime and in this alignment. Thank you. Okay. All right, so the first thing I'm seeing is like a grandmother figure. She's actually a guide, not one of your grandmothers. And she feels very what's the word? Aborigine, like an aborigine. I don't know, but like kind of I don't know how to describe it, but you know what Aborigines kind of look like. They live off the land, and they have kind of like a earthy clothing, and that's kind of her whole vibe. So she's the one who's been calling you back to nature. Okay. All right, so let's go into this work with animals, or healing work, energy work. All right, so this is like all of a sudden the lights are starting to turn on. Are you starting to do this work now, or are you already doing it?
I'm not. I recently moved, and so I had applied for a job of what I've done in the past, and that didn't work out, and so I just feel it's a door that I'm supposed to be going in a different direction. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's like all of a sudden the lights going, all of a sudden the lights are turning on. Okay. All right, so let's go into, are there other options for this class, or is it just the one that you were looking into?
No, there's three that I've kind of looked at. There's one in Canada, one in the US, one in BC, Canada, obviously. Just different ones that I've seen come across my Facebook feed and whatnot, and I've read a little bit about them, and they piqued my interest, but I'm just not sure
which one to go to. Okay. All right, so there's three, and now my other dog is now drinking water. All three of the dogs got to have water during this call. I'm glad everybody's hydrated. So, okay, so there's the one that's in Arizona, one that's in BC,
and one in, like, I want to say Nova Scotia or down east in Canada. I'm not sure.
Okay, maybe Nova Scotia. Okay, so we'll go. Well, I'm just gonna write this down. 1, 2, 3, Nova Scotia, and then you said Tucson, is it? No. What did you say the first one was?
In Arizona, I'm not exactly sure on the location.
Okay, Arizona, somewhere in Arizona. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull up each of the 3 options and see how your energy kind of looks next to them to see which is the most powerful for you. I'm not God. I'm just going to tell you what your energy feels like, what I see. You can make whatever decision you want. There's free will. This doesn't mean it's like forever and ever. You can do whatever you want. Okay, so let's pull up. Let's go option 1. Thank you. I'll just go option 2. Okay. Okay, so in that order, that's the strength is number 1. Then it goes like, second one, no, third one is not really. So the first one, okay, let's just clear out. Let's go into that. So, but this isn't for animals, this is for people.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
training through animals and things like that.
Okay, because the first thing I saw was hands-on people. So you might be learning hands-on people first and applying it then
Okay.
with animals. Bringing children, so is that what you're intending to do, is bring children to have animals?
That's my instinct, yes.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm getting full-on chills. Yes. It's not actually healing the animals, it's helping the children heal through the touch.
Animals.
Yes. Oh yes, like everything in my body is like lighting up right now. Yes, a chill. My legs have chills on them. Yeah. This is the thing about work like this, is that few people do it, but the ones who are called to it are magical. Now I'm being brought to my friend Bronwyn. She's a physiotherapist and she works with young children and babies. And it might make sense for you to start opening up for possibilities of connecting with physiotherapy centers, or finding places that do specialize in help with children with disabilities, or developmental kind of things that I see like multiple levels of this, like kids who are like totally fine, doing great, but like bringing them with these like animals is just like opening up channels for them, and actually it's like a ripple effect. Like it could start something in them that they see. The more I talk, the more he's like, get me out of here. I'll try to keep my voice down. I'm gonna send him healing again. Hold on a second. I may have to cut this a little bit short too. I don't want to. It's funny because he's very sensitive too. He's very tired. Okay. All right. Okay. We're really connected too. So part of it, like, I usually do my sessions upstairs so he can't hear me or feel any energy. All right, so, sorry, I'm gonna keep my voice down. All right, so you could be taking kids who are like totally healthy, normal, functioning, like great, and something in them starts to spark and starts to wake up, like they didn't even know that was a possibility, because you're not introducing them like, hey, let's go on a horseback ride and like, let's go to a zoo and like pet the animal. This is profound. And you might even be creating like a program around just the experience. So right now it's so early that like there's so many possibilities that are coming up right now for me that I'm like wow, there's all my, like these are all coming up. So what I want you to do is sit with the possibility of the Arizona school, and it doesn't mean dismiss anything else, but pull in like what is it that's calling you, and see if there's connections around any of the things that I mentioned with kids or physio, or what else it can branch off to, because sometimes like it's like the start, but then it like opens up to other things because it starts to connect to other places. Okay, is there anything else that's coming in for Melanie? They're actually showing me this logo. Let me see if I can draw it. It's like an M, like your name, but it's like a face. I don't know if I can show you it. It's like this, like an M, but with like a face here. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, but this is what they're showing me. An M with a head in the middle. Okay, so what is this? Okay, it was like, they just gave that to me and then they're like, peace out. Like, okay, I don't know. Okay. Okay, they say look at the card. All right. Okay, so this is the body care card. So it starts with you. You're gonna get this healing. Where did I write down? Sciatic foot. Have you experienced access consciousness before?
No, I'm just reading about it, contemplating going for any of the bars, just dabbling in that, but haven't followed through in any of it. But it seems to be of interest.
Go find an access body worker. If you don't have one, I know one in Canada. I don't know where she is compared to where you are, but I want to connect you guys. Access body, it's very similar to soul book editing in that you can literally pinpoint what's going on and like zoop, take it out. One of my practitioners, one of the people who is who's been one of my polarity therapists, she's been doing access body work, consciousness, like all the different levels. And every time I go to her, she's like talking in another language of like, and this and this. I'm like, I don't even know what you said, but I feel amazing. And that just worked. So thank you. So definitely look into that for yourself first and foremost, because that can like start to like catapult this journey of healing for you. But body care, it starts with you. It starts with you, but you're definitely on the right path for sure. So see if there's any, do you have any other questions?
I seen a body talk practitioner fairly recently, and she too said I am just lighting up and taking off. And she is new, but is doing running of the bars. And we had a 1 hour appointment. It went 2 hours and 45 minutes. It was bizarre to me.
Wow.
Very uplifting and whatnot. Maybe I'll go back and see her again regarding access consciousness.
There you go. There you go. Good. All right. Is there any other information? No, so we really didn't do any like editing. It was just pulling in to feel the energy of each of the ones. Is there anything else we need to edit or release? Not today. Okay. And we give great gratitude for all of Melanie's guidance, for their work, their wisdom, their messages. And we ask that Melanie is fully supported on this journey for discovery, for healing, for self-awareness, allowing for her to feel fully supported on this journey. Thank you, and so be it. Okay, so even though we didn't do any editing, I will still put a crystal in my grid for you for your own healing and ascension. So if you have any questions for you or for Erin, if you're on here again, feel free to message me privately, ask any questions you want. Thank you for your willingness to be on here with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to close this out and talk to the people on here.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so let me pop up this window because there is so much happening right now. There's still like 22 people on. Oh my gosh, there was like 30 on. This is crazy. So back to my list, and I will go back. I will go back to watch you guys Wow, there's so many comments. You guys, I can't wait to go back and like read everything. Okay, so my background. So I mentioned it briefly. You know, I've been doing healing work for 17 years as a body worker and as a polarity therapist, energy healer. And when I learned soul book editing last year, it was like the missing piece for my practice, and literally everything just like exploded. I was seeing better results than I'd ever seen before for my clients, for myself. I use it in my business all the time, and I have increased my own business. Well, I have to do the math again, but a couple of months ago, I had increased my business by over 200%. I'm probably over at like 300% at this point, and I'm on pace for my monthly income to match what my last year's income was. So there's been a lot of shifts, and I absolutely 100% attribute it to the soul book editing. So how do you schedule a soul book editing session? How often should you get one? Are questions that people ask all the time. So how do you schedule one? You can go to my website. Actually, I'll post it right here. EmilyAarons.com/healing. You can book your own soul book editing session with me. We can do it remotely. That's how I treat people all around the world. And we can work on everything from physical issues to emotional to spiritual to your business. And I'm really like, that's my jam. Business stuff is my ultra specialty. And how often? So really, I think it's up to you and how each session happens for you. When we're working on different things, and especially for the ladies who are with me in coaching, if you're in your business and you really want like miraculous things to start shifting in your business, I would highly recommend monthly sessions, because what happens, what I noticed in myself and my clients, it's like you have this like massive shift in energy and this like jolt, and you're like on this like high, and you're like killing it, you're breaking all these new offers in, you're meeting new clients, you're like a magnet, like all this stuff is going on, and all of a sudden you hit like a ceiling, like this little ceiling that you don't even see it's there, and then you have to have another like energetic shift. It's like this it's like letting go of old stuff, and you might see them coming back, like things that you thought were like totally taken care of, but they're not. So clearing that again, like a whole, because when you get to a new level of ascension and your alignment starts to shift, it's like there's other things going on that need to be cleared and released. So that's how monthly sessions really do help. You know, the benefits are profound. I mean, honestly, it's even helped my relationship because of all the clearing and personal work I've done on myself. So that's how you book a session with me. That's just for a single session. I don't know if it's my computer or if it's my phone that's having like a little issue with like connection. Also, let me clear the energy, because that could also be part of it. Doing a lot of energy work and the computer like don't mix really well together. I have recorded healing sessions, actually soul book healing sessions that you can get through any of my programs. But my computer like crashed on me like 6 times while I was trying to record them before. So how you get this every single month. This is literally last call. In 1 week, I'm going to be starting my biggest program ever called the Phoenix Mentorship. There are just a couple spots left in it. It is a commitment, right? It's a 6-month program. You get monthly soul book editing sessions. You get coaching from me. You get group accountability. You get weekly calls with the people who are in the mentorship that are amazing, super high vibe, and you get weekly meditations, clearings, channeling, all that good stuff from me, so that you can keep moving fast on your path. I'm feeling drawn to tell you guys something over here. Sharing a story about my client Helen, who was with me in a 6-week program, that she had this goal for 6 weeks. She wanted 6 new clients, and it didn't turn out that way. She ended up getting over 20 clients in the 6 weeks that we worked together. She's like, this is literally a record month. I've never seen anything like this in my business, and I don't even know how to tell my husband like what I've done different. And I said, well, you've done a lot of energy work. You've gotten the soul book editing, recording, healing sessions. And I mean, I'm going to toot my own horn here, but when people work with me, they get these kinds of results all the time. It's absolutely normal. I see it all the time. It's miraculous. And it's this shift and up level of energy. If you're watching me right now, you see I have a lot of energy and I tend to spread it to the people who I'm around. So it is super fun. It's really an awesome thing to witness and to be a part of. Massive business growth. So if you're ready to go from stuck to scaling your business in 6 months, I would highly recommend you apply. I would have to do the interview in the next couple of days to get you guys in. There's only a couple spots left, and I am going to be closing the doors promptly at the end of this month. So let me give you the link to that. It's my website, Emily Aaron, if I could spell my last name. I'm still a little bit high. It's hard to function at this level. Wow, mentorship. There we go. Whew, okay, just to be open to it. Okay, so I would love it if you guys had any questions. If you want me to answer, I will stay on for a couple minutes to answer questions. I apologize if you asked them before. I had totally, like, I don't have comments coming on my phone, but they're on my computer, so I can see them now. I need a business. Yes, for sure. Thank you, girl. Very uplifting. Oh, I'm so glad. You're welcome, Melanie. Let me just scroll back. Be open to it. Yes, I felt the energy. Kira, right? It's pretty powerful stuff. And of course, he's sleepy now. He's like, okay, now that you're done energy work, I'm going to go to sleep. Okay, Shelly. You're wonderful. Oh my gosh, you are amazing. I need healing badly. I have too much stress in my life. Shelly, yes. Yes, Shelly. For sure, reach out to me, send me a message, and definitely take a look at the mentorship, Shelly. And if it's something that you feel like really drawn to, I would apply. I would definitely apply. That's the thing is, like, what I'm telling people, because I've had over 20 applications come in, and there's only 7 people that I've chosen out of that group right now. I'm still working on doing interviews, but you know, the thing is, you want to know that in your body it feels right. Like, oh, this really, something about this. I don't even know what it is. I don't even want to read through the details. I just know in my body that it feels good. That's the energy that I'm looking for. Because this group, like, I don't care if it stays at 7 or 8 people, because I'm looking for the right energy. Like, 10 people would be phenomenal just as well as 7 people. But I'm looking for the right fit energetically, because this group is not going to be a bunch of people in all different places in their life. This is a sisterhood, and the vision that I have and I keep seeing in my meditation, and for those of you who don't know, I have a crystal grid for this group, but what I keep seeing is this circle of women all holding hands with their hearts towards the center of the circle. And what happens is that all their heart energy is pooling together, and it's creating this vortex in the center. And what's happening is that this energy in this vortex, it's like spiraling, and what it's doing is it's sucking in that source energy. Not only are they getting that source healing, but they're getting like a surge and like resurgence of energy for their business and their life and their relationships. Like, it's like this funnel coming in. So the right people have to be part of it. We can't have people who are just kind of like there to kind of like be there for no reason. It has to be the right fit energetically. Let me see if there's any questions. Thank you for my, oh, thanks, Nikki. I'm glad. Goosebumps. Okay, Heather, that's a good sign. So I have been contemplating the mentorship. I'm not sure if I'm ready for that, but definitely want to do some soul book editing and intuition class, hoping that would be a benefit from that. Sure, absolutely. So Melissa, I don't know if you already signed up for the intuition class yet, but one perk of being in the mentorship is you get all my other stuff for free. So you don't have to pay for soul book editing, you don't have to pay for the intuition class, and I know my own energy, I know I'll be creating more things down the line. You don't have to pay for any of it. It just comes with the mentorship. That's part of being a VIP. That's part of being in this program, is that I want to give you every tool possible, whether it's all of my my healing tools or my contacts. Oh good, another dog is just going to drink water again. Or like my contacts for website and logo design and systems and processes to teach you how to use them. Like, I want to give you all of it. Candace told me about this live and I immediately felt compelled to watch. Thank you, Candace. Oh, good. Thank you, Kira. So if you guys felt anything from this, you can always let me know, put a heart. For those of you who are empaths and healers and you can feel energy, I'm sure that some of you felt some of this. How much to join the mentorship? That's only for applicants. We only discuss price with applicants. So if you're serious, then you get to talk with me about it. So, and I can talk to you privately too if you want to after this call. Just send me a message and I'd be happy to hop on a call with you and tell you everything about it. Oh, love you too. So you feel that is the route I should go then, the mentorship, my energy? To be honest, Melissa, I've been seeing your name popping up a little bit and it's got like a little bell in my ear to keep on a lookout for you. Whether you join my mentorship or you just join into my intuition class, that's awesome. It's all awesome. So you need to tune into your own energy. And that's the other thing is like the mentorship students of mine and like those people, the one thing that they say over and over again, how much they love working with me is that I don't just give them all of the answers and say, this is the only way you do it my way. I want you to feel it because it doesn't matter if I feel like, oh, there's a great connection there because honestly, I see the highest and best in everybody. So I'm going to see the highest and best in you. So if I see you and go, I say, oh, she's in business. Like, oh, is this in alignment with her? Like, sometimes it's a fucking yeah, but not all the time. So yeah, PM me because I would love to talk and sort of explore this a little bit. I know that there's something there, so we should definitely talk after this. So I'm gonna go clear my energy, go outside and grab myself a little bit. Thank you guys for being here and watching. I know this was extraordinarily long. It's 1:11, so how appropriate. Thank you guys for being here. If it was fun for you, if you felt it was informational and somehow helpful, beneficial, please go ahead and hit the share button. Of course, you know you'll always be entered to win a 3-card reading with me or maybe more. And if you're not in the Life Made Simple group, go ahead and get in there. That's how these people got a free session today. That session that they just got was $111 value. So yeah, it pays to show up and to show up early. So thank you. Yeah, thank you. So excited to do the intuition development class. Thank you. Me too. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Melissa, I'll talk to you after this. And have a great rest of your week and weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye.